Hello and welcome back to Groundbreakers. Well, we're ready to unveil a backyard that started out with a pond and a garden and very little else other than poor drainage. I'm here with landscape architect Chris Rowden. Chris, it's great to see you again. This yard had some specific problems. Tell us what you found when you got here.
Well, we found a yard that had some great potential to work with, but they did have some severe drainage problems. We had a lot of water washing across the front of the yard into the back, as well as coming around the back corner of the garage and sweeping across the backyard, and just no real usable areas to take advantage of. So that's what we really wanted to work with.
Well, it looks like you took care of all of those issues. This is really fantastic, a feast for the eyes. Show us around.
Well, the first thing you'll see when you come in the yard is we had a dry creek bed installed in the front yard to compensate that drainage area so it wouldn't be a wet area, but to actually make it a positive feature. A nice little bridge, stepping stone and a bridge pathway around it. And then coming around the back into the backyard, you come down a nice stepping stone pathway, down a set of steps to a nice brick paver patio, which will then, as you turn to your right, you'll open up and have some nice views of the yard. Retaining walls, a nice lawn area, and plenty of plant material to catch your eye.
And you had a couple of nice existing features to work with here, starting out the arbor up above with the seating, and it looks like you were able to tie that in nicely.
Yeah, we really wanted to create some areas to view the yard from different areas. We wanted to be able to see it from the woodland area, also from the brick paver patio, and all the views from the house. So it was important to us to make sure that wherever you were viewing the yard, you had some really nice views to look at.
And looked like the pond tied in nicely as well.
The pond was a great feature to have to work with because it creates nice sound. It's just a really interesting, fun, lively pond. And so what we wanted to do was be able to view that from the patio, be able to view it from the woodland area, as well as all the walkways, the pathways we have around the yard.
I was going to say those pathways look great. What were you trying to accomplish there?
We just wanted to create some motion and some circulation throughout the yard because a static landscape plan doesn't do a whole lot for the imagination, but if you can see some pathways that meander through the yard, it really creates interest and piques your curiosity and actually makes you want to walk through the yard and really partake in the yard.
Well, that patio area sure turned out nice.
The patio area was great. That was really key because it actually gets you down into the landscape, and you can sit on a nice paver patio and have a drink and look out over the yard and not actually get your feet wet. Or you can step right into the nice, rich, thick, lush zoysia grass and really take part in it. So it's really a fun opportunity.
I was going to say, it's nice to have this grassy area now. This is really a nice touch.
It just adds a bit of civilization to the yard. It makes it nice and you can walk through it. It's maintained, and yet not too much where you're not going to spend hours mowing.
Well, as we said before, drainage was the big problem going in. How did you solve that?
Well, we really just needed to make sure that we take care of that drainage. What we did is we took all the downspouts from the gutters, as well as using the dry creek bed and some catch basins to catch the water that's coming around the front of the house, pipe it underground, catch all the water that's coming around the back of the house in a catch basin, pipe it underground, and allow them to discharge harmlessly in the backyard where they don't impact the plants or the lawn area.
Sounds like that was a huge job.
It was a big part of the design, but it was handled correctly and it turned out well.
The plantings are fantastic. Tell us what you did to add color, fragrance, and symmetry to the yard.
Well, the plant material was very important, and we really wanted to create some year-round interest in the yard. We did that by varying the heights of the plants, the size of the leaf, the color of the foliage, and the flowering periods. So we just tried to use some fun plant material like some dianthus and some dwarf gardenia for some fragrances, different blooming periods, things that'll bloom in the summer and the spring. We've got fall blooming camellias. We've got abelia that'll bloom in the summertime, hydrangeas that bloom in the summertime. We've got spring blooming azaleas. Just really wanted to make it a fun yard and just create some interest.
Now you have more than just the average irrigation system here, from what I understand.
Well, it was an interesting irrigation system because we had areas that got full sun, a lot of exposure, and we also had areas that got a lot of shade and understory trees. So really what we wanted to try to do was be very efficient with the use of that water and use some low flow trajectory heads and some drip irrigation just to make sure everything was irrigated but in a useful manner.
Well, I know Sarah and Tom are spending a lot of time out here now, and I'm going to go see if I can find them.
Great.
Thanks. Take care.
Take care.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Joe.
Good to see you. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Joe.
It looks like you have the perfect area for entertaining now. When's the party?
Saturday.
We hope.
You've already got it planned.
Crowded.
All right, all right. This does look like a great area for entertaining. Tell us how it all came together for you.
We didn't like the yard. We found an architect. With his captivating ideas, we came up with this usable area. It's now another room for the house.
You were able to tie some good elements together and put it all together.
Our kids and the neighbors are going to love it. In fact, I'd like to charge them.
That's an option. We got to pay for it somehow, right? Sarah, how does this enhance your lifestyle?
Well, as he said, it gives you an extra room. Before it was just a backyard. Now it's a living area. We've got the swing. The kids like to come out in the morning and sit and enjoy the view and watch the fish and the frogs and the tadpoles and all.
Well, let's take one last look at this yard. Before and after. Sarah, Tom, thank you for making us a part of this transformation. And thank you for joining us again on Groundbreakers. Join us again next time as we take part in another great landscape transformation. Goodbye.